Okay, welcome everybody. Welcome. This is episode 27 of I'm No Rookie. We're teaching SolidTony, Metal Gear Babel on the Game Boy Color. This is going to be, assuming everything is going to go well tonight and things don't break. This is going to be the final episode in our Babel Easy Suite. How are you doing tonight, Tony?
Feeling pretty good. I'm excited to, finish the conclusion of Babel speedrun. It's really exciting.
I agree, and you've been doing a little bit of practice work leading up to this this stream, so should be feeling a little bit more confident in your overall gameplay. So that's really exciting.
Oh yeah.
So with that being said, folks, we are going to turn it on over to episode 27, where we will teach SolidTony, and by extension the audience, stages 11, 12, and 13 of Metal Gear Babel. All right, fantastic. So here we are. If you are unfamiliar with the format of the show, the first chunk is going to be education. So we're going to show each of the stages, and then the latter chunk of the show will be Tony doing the full run, his first full run, which I am super stoked for, super duper stoked for. So we're going to hit the clock, punch the clock. We're going to punch in our clock.
Punch in our time.
Punch in our time. We're going to Babel work. So this is stage 11. This is the last really long stage in the game. Which sounds kind of intimidating at first, but keep in mind that like a sizable chunk of that time is just you riding 2 50-floor elevators. So, keep that in mind. There's like a few minutes of just dead time in this stage. So there's basically 4 parts to this stage. There's the first floor, or the first area, because there's floor 1 and B1. Then there's floor 50. Then there's floor 98 through 100. And that's like the lead up to the boss, which is Blackheart's Viper 1. So those are the 4 parts. The area right before Viper is not really hard. Like, it's not anything to be super worried about. It's this first part, and then floor 50 are the ones that you might struggle a little bit with, especially floor 50, because there's some memorization you have to get familiar with where you're going in a maze. It's not a complicated maze, but it is a maze nonetheless. So, okay, so let us dive into it. So, starting off, make sure you equip your card when you approach this door. And we're going to go north. So we're about to go pick up our Nikita. You need this to complete the game. There is no avoiding picking up the Nikita. Thankfully, it spawns. So even though we don't have the Nikita, it spawns here. Our thought is the reason why this happens is because in the IL, the individual level, it spawns as well. You have to go pick it up. So the game just defaults to, well, Snake doesn't have the Nikita in his inventory. We're just going to spawn the Nikita here. Very good, because we could not complete the game without the Nikita. It's actually necessary at this point. So you're going to pick this up, and then you're going to pick up all the ammo. So there's a bunch of Nikita ammo in here. Pick it all up. So then you're going to wrap around this wall here. You're going to head north. Now you see, if you hug the wall here, I think this will happen even if I make a save state here. I think even if you... Yeah. So this guy is probably going to get in your way. I would suggest you just need to double tap him. So like that. 2 shots. That's all you need. and then you're going to go over here, okay? So we're going to do another Nikita skip. We're going to skip using the Nikita. This looks really strange, like there's this electrified floor, but we are going to do damage boosts to push us through the electrified portion. It's kind of like what we were doing to do Nikita skip in stage 8, but it's going to be a little bit different, okay? So you're going to go prone right here. You don't have to be like, you don't have to come as close as possible. Like, that's just fancy. Because obviously you don't want to like do this. Okay, so get on the wall, and then you're going to hold down left. And you see that pushes Snake into this part of the floor. And see if I try to, it's the same deal. Like, only the very top portion, or the most right portion, is actually electrified. So now we're walking on the electrified floor. And then, as you can see right there, I just run into this electrified portion. And this is going to set myself up to plant a C4, blast myself, and then I'm going to use those iframes to walk on the electrified portion of the floor. Again, it's just like Nikita skip, right? We're just skipping like that electrified portion by doing damage boosts. And it's really simple. Like, this is way more simple than what we did in stage 8. Like, this should not be quite as hard, because all I just run straight left. I stand up, I immediately drop my C4, run to the left, boom, and then you just hold up left after you get blown up, and you're gonna get past this floor. What you're supposed to do is go around to the left side and like use a Nikita and like wrap around. It takes a lot more time the way that it's intended. So this saves like, I don't know, like over a minute. I'm gonna stop right here, and then I'll let you catch up.
Okay. All right, let me pause. Gotta get my key card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would suggest if you can remember, at the end of Havoc, like, do your menuing, since you're just sitting around doing nothing. Sometimes I forget though when I'm doing the run, because I'm just like too in the zone with Havoc. But you're gonna want to use your Galil or R5. Just double tap that guy so he doesn't punch you.
Oh, whoops.
And just run into that floor. So that worked, but a little detail there is, I'll show you, because you ended up taking more damage than you needed to there. It still worked, but you see, I run along the top wall. I forgot to mention this, but I run along the top wall, and you see this positions me right at that edge, right at the edge. So when I stand up, because what happened to you, you like had to take additional damage as you cross the floor. So you do this, boom, and then you use those iframes to get past.
Oh, okay.
So you don't get electrified again, because that's, a couple seconds lost. That's you still got through, so that's good. But little detail, hug the wall, and then you're in position. Okay. Now you're gonna come up here, blow up this wall. There's R5 ammo here, because of course there is. That's on easy. It's not there on other difficulties. You don't really need it, but you can grab it, whatever. But what you're coming here for is this level 5 card. And then you could throw a grenade at this, but really it's better to use the Nikita. We're now actually going to be using the Nikita, so I'll do a little bit of a demo of how the Nikita works. So just like an MGS1, there's 2 stages of speed to the Nikita, right? Stage 1 is that slow movement, and then you see the stage 2 like it's an animation. The fire's coming out more vigorously, so it moves faster. If you press X to detonate, it'll blow up, so you can detonate it early if you want. It shouldn't be really necessary. You could just run it like that. So you can like turn it like that, like into the panel, but if you line it up correctly, it'll just run into the panel like this. Just be careful that you don't hit the corner of the wall instead. It's like, that's too much. You'll see right here, if I can get into the right position, there's a really good visual cue for this. If I can get it. Damn it. I'm trying to show you like the highest it can go. You see that like line in the wall? Yeah, there we go. You see this line in the wall?
Yeah.
If the Nikita is in line with that, that's as high as it can go before you hit the corner of the wall. So it's a really good visual cue. So what I do is I like turn. I've got to rewind all this. Okay. Because I don't want to waste the Nikita. You really don't want to waste Nikitas, by the way, because you're going to be using Nikita for Metal Gear. So like I turn, and I just turn. You see how I'm lined up? Like I'm lined up at that line, and it just boom hits the panel. You have to destroy this panel. So that's non-negotiable. There is a ration over there. Don't really need it. Like you probably don't need it, so don't worry about it. And then right around here at this corner, I'm going to shoot another Nikita to hit that panel. Okay. So we do everything we need to do here in one trip rather than having to take extra trips, which saves a pretty significant amount of time. So that's pretty cool. Then we're going to go up here and pick up this C4. You're going to need C4 quite a bit in this stage. We've already used one. We're going to use even more than that. So don't forget to pick these up. Then there's this guy. As you can see, you can't just run by this guy. So can you guess what we're going to do to this guy?
Shoot him.
You got that right. You're just going to pop him. Now you just have to hold up right when you enter the screen. You're already in line. You don't have to adjust. Okay, it's very simple. You're already in position. This point, you're just going to go back to where you started. So south of that open door. And then you're back in the foyer, the entrance where you started in the stage. So I'll let you catch up.
Okay.
Spent a few minutes explaining the Nikita, but you know it's fairly relevant in this stage, and you haven't had the chance to use it yet because we skipped it. We were supposed to have it stages ago, but yep. And then you're gonna shoot it at the corner. The reason why I say shoot it at the corner is because then you're as far down as possible, and then you can just quickly turn around the corner. So, and you pick up the C4. Nice. Then you get your glow out. Pretty simple, right? I mean, it's not not really that complicated. You just have to make sure you don't get lost. Okay. Yeah, floor 50 is the one that's going to be a little bit more tricky. So this part, there is R5 Nikita ammo over here. I don't think you really need it, but you can pick it up. Yeah, don't pick that up. Yeah, Ghost Babel. Yeah, don't pick up that Nikita ammo because there's going to be some we pick up later that's going to be a bit more efficient. So just ignore the guard. And then this is this area that we just destroyed the electric panel for. Don't run into the pit. I might as well say it. It's not worth falling into that pit. And then you're going to ride this elevator down. So this is a 50 floor elevator. I'm gonna this takes a while. This is like 30 seconds. As you can see. The next thing you're gonna need is actually you might need the R5. I can't quite remember, but that's fine. I'm gonna make a save state here and I'll let you catch up.
Okay.
Floor 50 is where the stage actually becomes somewhat tricky. The stage is a lot more simple and easy. As you can guess, there's fewer guards, fewer cameras. There's no... Just so you know, for if you ever run the higher difficulties, there's no guards in B1 in this like basement area. It's only on the first floor. So, but on the higher difficulties, there's some extra cameras, some extra guards that you have to deal with. Yeah, so you're gonna love these elevator rides. This is just because like this base is built on the remains of the original Metal Gear base, and in the original Metal Gear, you ride a 100-floor elevator down to where Metal Gear is. So we're eventually going to be going all the way down to 100 floors. This is just like a long auto scroller. There's nothing to do here. So good place to chill, take a sip of water, relax a little bit. The next thing that's going to happen is we're going to be watching this schmuck act like he's Meryl. And just like Meryl, this path through this minefield is not the right way to go. Go figure. There's a much faster route to take than this like snaking route that he's taking. Because he's going to the left right here. We're just going to go straight left, basically. Not directly left, because then we'll die. But so I think this is too low. No, it's this line. Yeah, so you see this line?
Yeah.
You're going to run along this.
Okay.
If you run along this line, you'll eventually run into that. And if you go too high here, I think it's like, what is it? There's like another mine over there. So like you want to be on this line. Don't be below, don't be above, on the line. Then you're going to cross over like this. It was a little bit fast, but like you don't want to be hugging this top pillar. You'll blow up. So don't do that. You go to the bottom like this, okay?
Yeah.
So it's honestly not that hard of a line, right? So you just boom, boom. Pick this up at C4. Again, C4 is super useful. You're going to be using it a lot on this floor. Card door, ignore this guard. Let him sleep. And then you're going to, when you open this door, you want to equip your thermos. You could do it in the next room, but you want to equip your thermos ASAP at this point because we're about to run into a room with lasers in it. Now on the higher difficulties, there's a camera in this room, but on easy there isn't, so no need to like cam shot or anything. This room used to kill my runs, by the way, before cam shot was a thing. It was really awful because I would throw my chaff incorrectly or, not be aware of this camera in the best way. So you don't have to worry about the camera on easy. But do be aware that the laser pattern is random. And if you get caught by the laser, you are dead. Like, you are straight up dead. Even if you have the gas mask on and last through the alert and caution, the gas will stick around and you will die. So do not get caught by the lasers in this room. Because if you do, you're going to have to do that whole minefield sequence again. It's a huge waste of time. We're also going to go through this room again because we have to make this. We're going to make like a big circle around floor 50. And if you die there, you're going to also be thrown backwards. So it's really, really bad to trip these lasers. My general piece of advice, because I see that this is open, if you don't see the lasers change in front of you, don't risk it. That's my piece of advice, because you don't know when the lasers are going to reappear. And if they reappear as you're crossing, you're dead. So if you want to be safe, don't take this chance that I'm taking right here. I mean, that's part of the reason why you want to run in here with thermos on, is if you want to take that chance, you go. But I would advise just wait until you see the lasers change. I go down left here. Those lasers change together, so you can just run, boom, boom, boom. And see, there's not a lot of time to cross. Like, you need to be ready. Like, by the time I hit the door, the lasers have reappeared. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you should be very careful about trusting these lasers. Okay? So that's a very key room. If you screw up there, you're losing a nice chunk of change, so be careful. Here, if you run up here, there's grenades. You should pick these up. These grenades are really good. They're very convenient. At this point, you just like run along this wall like this. So you just make this guard corner hit. So this guy, I have seen him sometimes hit. I think like if you have bad movement, there's a greater chance. I can't really recall, it's been a while. But be careful, there's a guard that comes out of that door. You're gonna go into this room. This room is not like the previous laser room. You're just gonna run through the lasers. If you were doing rank 1 strats, then you may not be, but I'm just gonna assume you're doing any percent, and we're gonna keep it simple. So you're going to open the door, and then you're gonna just run straight up like this. It's gonna cause an alert, but this does not matter. You're going to be causing an alert in a moment anyway, so don't worry about it. Oops. Okay, so this maze area, there's walls that can be blown up with the C4. And this is the part where you might get a little bit confused. So, I'm actually gonna let you catch up to this point, and then we'll go through this C4 maze.
Okay.
Since you need to know this mine line anyways. I would I don't know if you really need to make a save state here. You could make a save state for floor 50. It's probably a good idea. Floor 50 is harder than floor 1. Especially if you're doing very hard. This floor is really, really scary on very hard, but
yeah, I'll make a state on this one. Okay.
nice.
Oh, whoops. Was too late on that.
Yep. Well, now you see what I mean, like Now you understand what I'm talking about. Like, you should watch for the laser to actually change and equip your thermos before you enter.
Yeah. Oh, whoops. Let's kill him quick. You know what?
Whoops. Yeah, don't
Yeah.
don't trip that guard. There we go. You can go to the left side, but I generally just stick to the bottom. I mean, if the way is open, like, you could go for it. Yep, and then you go straight up. I think you may have, like, delayed just a fraction of a second, and that's why that first guard hit you. It's another one of those rooms, like, the cycle to avoid getting hit is really, really tight.
Yeah.
So, typical Ghost Babel stuff. You're used to it at this point. All right, pause, and I will guide you through this. Looks like you already understand where the first spot, so that's good. We are going to blow up the wall right there. So, equip your C4 and just keep your thermos out. This whole area is in the dark. You're going to go around these tables. There is C4 to the south of you. That's what that item box is, but you don't need it. I'm just letting you know. Go through this door. What was that shot?
What?
Oh, that guard in the door is shooting left. That's hilarious. It looks so weird. And then you blow up this wall, and then this wall. So you just go straight to your right, and then blow up these walls. Just ignore these guards. This is a part where you can, if you have stuns, this is a good place to throw a stun. But you don't have to. Sometimes you're going to get lucky here and not get, knocked about. Here, you're going to damage boost. You could go back across the pit, but like, you have rations, you can tank it. So just blow yourself up. That way you don't have to like wait for the pit. What is that? Oops.
Oh.
I got bamboozled. Just wondering, because I don't think this is here. Chaff. Chaff are worthless, so we don't need to care about that. You blow up this. All right, now I'm gonna switch to my card and Nikita. You're gonna come to this. Very simple rotation. Just make sure you actually hit the panel. You can't, like, I don't think you can detonate early. Let me try. Yeah, see, you can't it has to actually hit the panel. So there's no early detonation is more of a VR thing. And that's card 6. You need this. This is the last place where you should throw a stun. So if you have any stuns at this point, this is a good place to throw one. Because these guys can get in your way, and they can knock you over. So you should be at 0 stuns as you enter this next room. Then you're going to pop into this room, and this is going to clear the alert. So it's just going to clear it. That way you can actually open the door. You can't, if you try to open the door, it's not going to open. Again, that room gets sealed. Like, when an alert is happening, that room is completely sealed. So this is a cute little trick. We just scrubbed the alert by going into this room. Okay, I'm going to let you go through this C4 maze.
Okay.
We're actually flying through this pretty quickly, so. Of course, we're going to give you some time to practice this stage as well.
This one. Yeah. Oh, whoops.
Yep. That room is pretty dicey. Oh, you don't want to wait. There you go.
Yeah, I forgot which one it was.
I was worried you were gonna like stand on the panel. This is the wrong way.
Oh,
You want to go straight down.
yeah. Okay.
And don't blow yourself up.
Yeah.
that was the previous one. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the whole stage up until the boss, and then you're gonna do the whole stage up until the boss just for practice purposes. Then we'll go over Viper 1. So you still have 4 stuns. Like you have.
Oh, do I need
Show.
this? No, right?
No, that's 5/7 ammo.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't need that. Okay, so here we are going to open the door, and then right after you open the door, you want to equip your thermos. It's like this right here. This is what I'm talking about. Like you could easily kill yourself by, see that? Like, oh, it's open, and then you cross the lasers. So I would not trust this unless you see it remove itself. Don't trust it. That's my advice to you, so you can avoid headaches. Now here we're actually going to be going this way, rather than through the guard, because we do not want to be on alert here. Actually, yeah. Excuse me. Well, I'm trying to remember. Is that actually faster? All right, I'm gonna make a save state. Let's make sure I'm not talking out of my you-know-what. I think you actually do want to get this guard to see you, but there is no camera. I think these guys get in the way though. Yeah. Okay, so scratch what I said. You do want this guy to see you. What you can do is you can duck over like that, or you can cause the door to open with a gunshot. So once you're in range, obviously don't shoot down here, he's not going to hear it, but like here, just be aware that if he hears you walk, you have to wait until the exclamation mark is cleared, or else he's deaf and blind when that exclamation mark is up in typical GB or Metal Gear fashion. So you can shoot, or you can duck over. This just opens the door for you, and then you're going to duck in here. Do you see that guy wiggle around? Ghost Babel guards are awesome. So you're going to duck in here to clear the alert, and then cross over, and then open the door, and you're going to take the nice elevator ride down to floor 98. So at this point, I'll let you catch up.
Okay. Well,
technically, you could use the fogger to see the lasers, but obviously this is way preferable because you can actually see all the lasers moving,
do you think for this room, wouldn't it just be faster to run straight for the guard, or does he hit you?
If I recall correctly, that line is actually less efficient because you're going wide rather than immediately going left.
Okay.
But I don't know. Could actually be better. I mean, I don't think it really matters that much. I would have to double check the frame counts on that though to be completely certain. But you could just do what you did before.
Wow.
Except what you did before you actually got hit. So
yeah.
Oh, and as you can see here, again, the timing on this room is really tight. Like if you delay a punch, like he'll be so far out of the way that he won't hear you. So you have to be moving quick in that room. Do not do that.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, this is very bad. So now you have to wait this out.
damn it.
Very important you don't get caught there.
Okay, well, I'll get out of the room. How does it not?
No. I mean, you should do this anyways if this happens. Just go back and forth. Because waiting in a room while an evasion is happening is pretty much the most dangerous thing you could do in this game as far as like getting out of an alert, because then the guards are going to be searching around. So okay, while you're riding this elevator down, I'll show you these next few floors. So here you're going to pop into this room. There's a guard. This guy kind of in the way. But you don't really need... You see this R5 ammo? Like, you don't really need that. So, let me rewind. What did I do in my PB? Just so because I have done a lot of testing with this room. This is a really weird room. Let me just open this up. It's been a hot minute. This room is actually kind of hard because of how the guard is positioned, and you don't want to get caught, because if you get caught, you're going to cause an alert, and then you can't ride the elevator, and that's really bad. So, I actually skip it. That's interesting. Is that because I pick up the Nikita previously? Or do I think I just roll with it? I might just roll with it. Probably because, like, it's not super important. Just double checking. It's probably not important because I actually do pick up that Nikita ammo. I think I pick up that Nikita ammo early to avoid going in there, but the difference is if you do that, you won't have as much Nikita going into the end game. Oh, my word.
Ghost Babel.
Yeah, that's ammo routing. Yeah, so like right now I have 13 shots, and I think... Yeah, so you get... Okay. Yeah, now I understand why. Think. You may not even need it, but when you enter this room, really all you really need is the Nikita ammo. You probably don't need the grenades. The reason why it's kind of debatable whether you even need this is because I'm only getting 3 out of this, which is not a whole lot. But I'm gonna say go into this room for now. I have to go look at my notes. You pick up both of these like this, but you may not need that really. Otherwise, just go to this door. Don't go into this room. This room is not worth your time unless you're on very hard. The R5 ammo is pointless. Like you have 87 bullets. Like you have so much ammo, so don't worry about it. Speaking of R5, that's the next thing you're going to use. And you're just going to take the next elevator over. I mean, this is pretty simple. Your little cutscene. And then cross over. Run along this wall. There's a ration up here. You should not eat it. There's way more convenient rations earlier, so don't pick that up. Pull out your rations at this point, and then you're gonna enter the room. And we're not gonna talk about BAV, Blackguard's Viper yet. So I'll let you. I mean, you kind of already. I mean, floor 98 through 100 is pretty simple. Do you want to just like start from the beginning? I mean, did you get that? Like, you go into this room and then kind of just follow the path. Just make sure to run along that bottom wall just like you're doing. Very good. You don't want to get spotted by that guard, so.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you're playing like a GB full game runner crawling into the door. It's a really good setup. Like, keeps you focused on what you need to do.
I forget. Do I have to go to the store, or was it back? Did I just
The
miss
left
it?
door. The left door is your elevator. Don't worry about the right door.
Oh, oops.
Oh, did you? I'm curious because I suggested this to you. Did you watch my run?
I did.
The full thing or just up to 10?
No, the full thing.
Oh, okay, cool. So you're already a little bit familiar with what's going on at this point. Okay, you want to just start from the beginning of the stage? I mean, this is just a corridor.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about BAV.
Okay.
Because I kind of can. I mean, Blackguard's Viper is part of this stage, but Blackguard's Viper is the start of the boss rush, so.
Yeah. Okay. I'll start from the beginning and then just kind of work my way up until there.
Cool.
All right.
Let her rip. You seem to be taken to the stage pretty well, though. I probably was overinflating the challenge of this stage a little bit.
Oh.
Oof, good save.
Oh. Oops. Ran two.
Nice. Now we blow up that wall. And I wouldn't really necessarily worry about that stuff. Like, you should be fine on your rations at this point. I mean, what I would say is if you'll know if you're having problems, like if you've used a lot of rations, you'll know by this point, you know? So sweet. Don't forget the C4. Don't forget the C4.
Missed it. Oops.
Yeah, because
Oh.
like all 4 of those C4 we will be using in floor 50. we're going through this, I'm getting my stuff open for 12 and 13. So Viper 1, I'll just start talking about Viper 1 while we're in an elevator ride. It looks a lot more complicated than it is. Like, it's really confusing if you watch it as a viewer, what's happening. But I can assure you that Viper 1 is, I guess, more... I don't know. I think Viper 2 is actually harder, but Viper 1 looks hard, but it really isn't. And Viper 2 is simple, but annoying. And then Metal Gear on easy is easier because there's no UAV ciphers shooting at you. But Metal Gear is a really random... Well, the second part is really random, and then the first part you are probably going to have some problems with because it is a little tricky, to be sure. So there's your little preview about the end game.
Yeah.
And as I've said already, everything with our ammo routing and ration routing is led up to Metal Gear, so you could be using C4 grenades. Well, you're definitely going to be using grenades in Nikita. C4 grenades, Nikita, and then maybe mines. I think by default you probably should stick to C4, but oh no, do not wait. That was not the right call. I was like, what is going on?
That was really close.
That was super scary. Yeah, you want to run at that point when they both drop together, so. Okay. Let's see if you remember this route. You only need to go down 2 tile lengths from the wall. You don't have to go down 3. Again, very small thing.
Damn it. I always hesitate at that room.
Yeah, that room is 0 hesitation. On very hard, there's 4 guards in there, by the way. It's really cool.
It's really cool.
It's really cool. Like, you might die. It's awesome. Well, we actually do a little bit less damage boosting on very hard for safety. You could not damage boost, but it just makes this whole sequence super scary. Floor 50 has killed a few big boss runs. It's just perilous. This is where you'd throw a stun if you wanted to. Then you go into that room. Yep. Looking good.
Oh, damn it. I hesitated.
I think you should have hesitated, actually.
Yeah.
Well, now you can see how far this puts you back.
Yeah.
So this, like, you lose, like, half a bit-ish from that. So not great. Certainly. Not good.
And these lasers are random, right?
Yep. Yep, it is not a set pattern. I mean, the lasers, when we go in stage 5, those are not set either. The only reason why we set them is by death abuse. We can't death abuse here. It's not realistic because we're so far back.
Oh,
More of the same. Like, you hesitated, the guard's too far away. Like, at that point, you might as well just use the card and then move on your way. Yeah, so as you can see, there's several no hesitation rooms in floor 50.
cue elevator music.
One of my favorite things to do is to hum along to that tone, and it drives some people crazy. Oh, man.
Welcome to Ghost Babel.
You sound really excited.
Of course I am.
Yeah, I mean, you had a little bit of shakiness in floor 50, but that's to be expected. It's just, with some familiarity, you'll know, okay, I need to hold right on this screen, no hesitation. I need to hold left on this screen, no hesitation. I think that's kind of like the name of the game with most of floor 50.
Okay, do you want me to just go forward, or?
Yeah. You're gonna take out your rations and approach the door to
Oh.
Viper. Oops. Okay. So BAV or Viper, however you wanna. It's black. His full name is Black Arts Viper, but you'll usually hear me say Viper or BAV. So this is Viper 1. Viper 2 is stage 13. So the way this works, it looks really confusing at first glance, but once you understand how this works, it's pretty simple. So at the start of the fight, he'll either go straight to his right, which is what he's doing in this RNG pattern, or he goes down right. So he'll go kitty corner southeast of you, or he'll go northeast. He will never go northwest. He will never go southwest. So depending on which direction he goes, that means you're going to move differently in the room. The way he moves in this room is he will go back and forth diagonally as long as you are like in range of him. What I mean by that is if we get close enough to him when we shoot him in the corner, he will go to the opposite corner and he'll just do that over and over again. If you shoot him and you're too far away, he might move like up or move like in a different way. So just make sure you approach him when you're shooting. Like, don't be super far away, or you might lose him. The way he fights is he runs into a corner. You'll hear this chime, and he'll raise his fist. And then there's going to be these lines that appear. If you cross the lines, you get a moment to see where these lines are. They are not active right now, so you can just run. But once they disappear, they will blow you up. If you sit around, he will cause panels to blow up below you eventually. Maybe not on easy. I'll let him run across the other side. Wow, he doesn't do that on easy. Okay, well, that makes this fight even easier on easy. On the higher difficulties, if you just sit around long enough, he will start like blowing up panels below you to like make you move. Which is why you need to keep on moving in this fight. But even so, even though he doesn't do that attack, which I wasn't aware of, but whatever. Regardless, you want to keep on moving. So we're going to follow him back and forth. As long as we're fast, we don't need to like do anything fancy with these lines. Now, if you do get caught out, see, he went down right this time. So like I said, it's a coin flip which way he goes. Let's say I do get caught out and I don't know where I'm going, then you'll just crawl underneath the lines, right? So, oh, there's a line here, crawl, right? So you just crawl underneath and you're fine. So if you are concerned, just crawl. But you need to get used to the timing of when the lines fully disappear, and that's when they become lethal, rather than when they're just showing you where they are. Okay. So how do you actually like fight him? I'm just sort of explaining the fight, but how do you fight him? Well, see where he goes. So just follow him. He chimes, run up left now, chime, run down right, chime. His iframes are. So you see here, like, I'm not going fast enough, or my positioning isn't great. You can actually, like, if you get in the correct position here, you can, like, do a diagonal shot. You can do fancy things like that. That way you can see that just that little bit of space meant I could run past that line. But if you're just, I would suggest just get in his face. Like, that's the easiest and safest thing to do. But you can do fancy stuff like that just to give yourself a little bit more running distance. So let's pretend you're being safe. So see, I'm just gonna crawl right there. Once he chimes, all those lines disappear. Okay, you hear that chime? You know what the device is? If you hear the chime, you're fine. Like I can just stand up once I hear the chime. So I've definitely cleared the line.
Okay,
We're all about the rhymes. So pew pew pew. See, I'm just doing these long diagonal shots. But just, be aware, like, see, I can shoot from this angle, but it's very precise. JJ, thank you for the 7 months. Really appreciate it. Supporting the channel. Let's see if we can get an upright RNG. Go upright, Viper. Come on. He's being awful. Whatever.
It's literally top left, bottom right all the time.
Yep. Or if he goes top right, then it's top right, bottom left, top right, bottom left. Okay. This is a really simple fight, really. Where it gets complicated is if you mess up. If you mess up and you run in the line, that can kind of throw off your mojo a little bit. Or if you're not close enough to him, he could decide to like change direction. But as long as you're next to him when you shoot him or relatively close, like in his area, he'll go kitty corner to the opposite side. So yeah, honestly, like a really simple fight once you understand the mechanics of it. It just looks weird at first.
Okay.
All right. I'll let you give it a few goes. Definitely
Yeah, I'm
make a
gonna
save
make a
state here.
yeah.
Let's wait for this dialogue and stuff to go through. You'll see him shake his hand, and then once you see Chris disappear, he's about to fight you. So, oh, thanks for gifting a sub to Moobot.
Good old Moobot.
And try to be, fairly precise with your ammo. Don't waste it too much. I mean, you have plenty, but just general piece of advice. You still have to fight him again, and primarily in stage 13, you're going to be using your gun. You can use some other stuff, but primarily you're using the gun. That's the ideal weapon to use. Okay, once Chris disappears, then you should save state.
Oh.
Yeah, that's, well, welcome to the fight. Yeah, if that happens, you're going to have to start crawling. So now you see what I mean, like, you're not, like, you can't follow the flow, you're gonna get hurt a lot in this fight. Viper, Blackheart's Viper.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna run that one back.
Where's your nearest save state?
Oh, whoops. Hold on. Overwrite it. Okay, there it goes.
Okay, good.
Oh. Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, you're getting a sense of, like, when the flickering stops, like, you need to start crawling. Like, you're cutting it a little bit too close.
Oh,
And by
you know
cutting
what?
it,
Yeah.
what? What's up?
No, I was just gonna say I keep thinking the chime is going off and I should just be running, but I keep
You gotta shoot him first.
yeah.
The chime is fine, like, you're not gonna get hurt, but, like, you have to shoot him and then make him move. Otherwise, he's just gonna stand there and chime all day.
Okay.
As you can see, if you run into a line, he will stop in place, which you can exploit.
Oh, damn.
One thing you also need to be thinking about in this fight is how to, like, take the most direct line diagonally back and forth.
Yeah, let me just get used to it.
Because, like, it's very important how you start this fight. And you should be paying attention to the lines that are in your diagonal. So, what I mean by that is you're going diagonally. Don't look at what's above you, don't look at what's below you. You want to look at what's going it through your path if you're slow. And see, like, there you went the wrong way. Well, I have a little bit of a delay, but you went down right instead of upright. You're going, it's the same movement over and over again. You don't want to go right. You want to go diagonally.
Yeah, this one's gonna take some time. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a little bit to wrap your head around it.
Yeah.
Do you want to see me do it a couple of times?
Yeah, could you
Yeah, sure. Hopefully we get some So just see where don't move until you see where he's going, by the way. Like, don't assume he's going up right. Because, like, if I did that here, I'm going the wrong way. And I have just basically put this fight in the toilet right then and there. So don't guess. There's no reason to guess. See which direction he's going. He's going down right. You see, I am immediately turning after I shoot. I need to start moving. You're like delaying. There is no time for delay here. You have to move. Let me begin again, and I'll just do it all in sequence. The first shot is really like the most important, like going from first to second, and then you just get into that flow. So, okay, so see where he's going? Left. See, I'm just waiting.
Gotcha, okay.
And see, if I was just patient there and just waited for him to get into position, then I could shoot him, right? So you just have a little bit of patience. I'll do it one more time. Hopefully we get upright RNG. Nope. Come on. There we go. So see, right there, you see this setup? You don't need to, like, move very far here. You just have to pew. Didn't even do that. But see, you see now I'm like in this, like, he's deciding to go bottom right because he's in this weird position. But I mean, you can do weird stuff like that, but I'm not gonna, like, that's more of an advanced strat to, like, shoot him as early as possible. I wouldn't really worry about that. So you see here, I'm actually not exactly going diagonally. I'm like going, I don't know, it's like an L pattern. I mean, now that I'm down here, I could theoretically, or wait, you know. I would probably run into a line there just to keep him in position, but, you know. So you can see, you know, you could have a little bit of a different flow to it if you want. Like, you don't, you know, just don't run into the lines is really the key part here. And since I know where he's going, like, I'll meet him there, you know? I shoot, I meet him there. Oops, I shot a little bit too early.
Okay, so, oh, I see now. Okay, now I understand the line. Oh, it took me a little bit to wrap my head around that one.
Yeah, it takes a little bit to, like, kind of understand what's going on here, but, like, once you get it, it's like, oh, okay, it just clicks together. You just have to do it a few times and you'll figure it out. Obviously, the flow is a little bit different depending on if he's going top right, bottom left versus bottom right, top left, just because of the position you're in relative to him at the start of the fight. So, like, if he goes top right, he's already, like, right by the corner. He's already on the top side. He just has to go to the right. If he goes bottom right, he has a lot of travel time to get there, and you have a lot of time to meet him there, you know? So it's a little bit different because of that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, you want me to
Yeah,
start
go
it
ahead.
up again?
Yeah, go ahead. Unless you have a question, I'll answer any questions, but you should give it a few goes. Feel a little bit more comfortable with the fight. I think bottom right is a little bit easier personally, but I don't think it's really that fundamentally different.
Oops.
Yeah, shoot then turn. Shoot then turn.
Okay.
So that was a really good use of the line there. Like, you could just hit the line and he's gonna stop in place. and then you just finish him off right there.
Do you mind if I run that one back?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
You can give it a few tries, and then we'll move on to stage 12. Oops. Yeah, that right there was you thinking he's gonna go bottom right. You want to be reactive there. And now you get a sense of how far the bullet travels. And I mean, you can tank with rations here. It's a bit more sloppy, but you can.
Okay.
I would say give it like another 2 goes, and then we'll move on.
Okay. Forgot where the line was.
Yep. You got to be paying close attention to that. Like, I'm always looking ahead of me. You don't want to be looking at Snake because you already know which direction you're going. Yeah, that's the reason why I don't like running into the line until the very end, because Viper will just do whatever the hell he wants at that point. Like, he could just start going, like, right there, he decided to go top left, and it kind of interrupts the flow of things. Again, you, like, assumed he was going top right. And I think my best piece of advice to you right now is try to get good at those diagonal shots, so you don't have to you're like running into the line excessively. Like, you don't need to run into the line. If you
Yeah.
position yourself appropriately at the post, like, all you have to do is shoot around. You just shoot diagonally. You're gonna hit Viper. You don't have to like run through that line, because that line, the timing on that is really tight to like get through that line. There's no real reason to. Like, you're already in position to hit him. You just have to get the angle correct. Um, so I mean, I think that's probably enough talking about Viper. You do another like little bit of practice on your own, and you'll get way more comfortable with shooting him, and it's a really easy fight. Like, IMO. It's a pretty easy. It's even easier on easy because he doesn't drop the panels if you're slow. The panels are really annoying. Okay, end the stage so you can get through this dialogue.
Okay.
Took us about an hour to go over stage 11. Not too bad. Okay, so this is stage 12. This is where we're going to fight Metal Gear Gander. This is where all of our ammo and routing has culminated to. So we're going to be using a lot of stuff in this fight. You get your last rank up here as well. Gonna run down here, pick up these grenades, run to the left. You can pick up this ration, and then the C4. Then you pick up these grenades. So you make a big like L shape around, or maybe a better way to put it is you go clockwise around this zone. So you go clockwise around the zone. Then you're gonna go upright and pick up this. Go along the wall. There's gonna be Nikita ammo coming up. Then you're gonna cross over to the left. The only thing we missed out on is mines. You don't need mines. We have C4. It's fine. You already have mines from picking them up earlier in the field, so don't worry about it. And those are the last grenades. So you want to menu here, like get yourself ready. This is another one of these fights. Like, do not forget to do your menu before this because it's going to throw you off during the legs. Like, you want to just get into it with the legs. Okay, so you can cut out some of the grenades. If you look at the wiki, I will link the page for Gander. I do have a frame comparison of, you know, if you cut out this, if you cut out that, like how much time do you save? Just pick everything up to start with, okay? But you can save time by cutting out some stuff, which is why I was saying over and over again, try not to waste grenades, because if you don't waste grenades, you could skip out on grenades at the end, right? And then you'd save a little bit of time, you know? Like just comparing whether you pick up just the grenades in the top left corner at the start versus if you pick up all the resources there, you're saving like 8 seconds. That's a lot, really, but I wouldn't worry about it starting out. So go ahead, pick everything up.
Okay. That's why. Hi, so is it down here? Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
So you go down, and then you'll go to the left. Pick up the ration. Pick up the C4. And pick up the grenades at the top.
Yeah. Okay.
And then you'll cross over to the right. After you pick up those grenades, you'll cross over and pick up these grenades. Run straight north. You'll pick up Nikita. And then cross over to the left, and you'll pick up grenades, and then menu for C4 and ration.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, you don't have that much time. Like, right when you could menu for the C4 earlier than that, like, to be fair. Did you save state at the start of this?
I didn't, no.
Alright, then I would probably just kill yourself at this point. I don't know if I want to. I mean, you could train yourself by menuing at the start of this, but it's kind of whack. But I mean, you can. You have to menu the moment you start this fight, though, which is not good. Like, the problem is, yeah, I would just kill Snake. The problem is like there is a free C4 that you can do here. Yeah, just blow yourself up with C4. Don't wait for the legs to drop. The problem is that there is a freebie C4 you can go for, but you have to literally move immediately. There is no waiting. So,
just grab these.
Yeah, if it's better for you to menu now, then menu now.
C4, right?
Yeah, C4. Well, you're not forgetting any of these resources, so that's good. That's the easy part. Fighting Metal Gear. Oh, you need to cross over. There we go.
Yeah, let me
save state. Save state once you get to Metal Gear activating. You don't need to save state here and sit through that cutscene. Like, there's no need for that. Just make sure you have your stuff out. 3 rations is plenty. Like, don't worry about it. Ideally, you shouldn't even need a ration here at all. Like, once you get good at the game, like, you shouldn't need a ration theoretically, but, like, it's good to have them out. You're probably going to screw up a little bit. The legs are kind of tricky. All right, so save state.
I'll pause and
Yeah, pause. Okay, so this is the legs. We have to take out the legs. This is somewhat tricky. I'm not gonna lie. The first thing you're gonna do is you're immediately gonna run right and plant a C4 right there. It's literally like the moment the fight starts, basically. So you run right and plant a C4 about like not halfway into the lane, a little bit like there. Don't detonate it when you're close to it, okay? Don't do that. Don't knock yourself forward. Like you want this is like all about flow. You're just chaining together C4s. The goal is to make the shadows stop moving. So you're gonna see me like tiptoe to position the shadow and position myself appropriately. You don't want to be like down here. You can be, but it's slower. Ideally what you do is you do this. Tap, tap, tap. And that's going to bring the shadow down quick. So tap, tap, tap. Boom. Tap, tap, tap. So that my position was a little bit off, but eventually the shadow is going to come down. It's a bit of an art. Tap, tap, tap. Detonate. Boom. So it's a little bit tricky. If you want to take it easy, you can go to the bottom. The shadow's going to run across the screen like that. And then you plant it. This is slower but easier. So boom. You see, like when I start moving, sometimes like the shadow's like, oh, I'm going to move, which is really the leg. But, we're talking about the shadow here and judging by the shadow. So you can run to the bottom, plant, wait, boom. Run to the bottom, plant, wait, boom. Run to the bottom, plant, wait, boom. So that's the easier version. That is slower because obviously like the shadow has to travel further and you have to wait longer compared to this. Boom. Tap, tap, tap. Drop. See how faster the leg comes down?
Yeah.
So the choice is yours. I would probably say stick with the easier version first, because this is requires a lot more finesse, I guess. But it is faster, a few seconds, because the leg comes down more quickly. You can use mines. I will show you mines as well. Usually I prefer to like end with mines. And try to reduce how much time you're moving, because moving will make the shadow move as well. Like you want to convince the general to drop the leg on you. If you're moving around, the shadow's going to keep on swinging back and forth. B-Guy with the 2 months, thank you very much. Can we watch all the codec calls? Can you read Japanese? That's impressive. If you have mines, the problems with mines is that it's proximity based, right? So you have to make the shadow either drop on the mine or you have to like plant it and then run like that. So I would use mines as a last resort for now. You can like cut out C4 from the route and then like finish with mines. Like that's a good idea as well. But I'm just showing that to you as like, hey, if you are out of C4, use mines. If you run out of both C4 and mines, I'm sorry, you're going to have to kill Snake and start over. You can't, if you run out of all of it, it's done. Like there is no ammo that spawns. Snake has to die. So don't do that. You're going to have to practice this so that never happens to you, and make sure you have enough C4 going into this. That's why the routing is so important. I know I'm like beating a dead horse on that one, but it's so important to remember all those C4 pickups. You come in here with 4 C4, that's pretty dicey. Like, you're gonna have to use mines at that point. Okay, so that's probably enough talking. Do you have any questions?
Not at the moment. Pretty
Okay,
straightforward.
so yeah, you say that, but
Yeah.
let's see if you can follow through on that. We're gonna do the legs several times before we go to the body,
Yeah.
so
All
I'll
right.
let you begin.
Here we go. Oh, whoops. Oh.
So yeah, that distance management is like you're too high up to do that tippity tap. Like you have to be on the see, there you go. You have to be on the lower part of the screen. Don't run up. Like that is really dangerous. Like you want to run down right. If you're running up, you're running toward if by the way, I didn't explain this, but if you go to the top of the screen, there's a flamethrower. So don't run into the top of the screen.
Oh, okay.
You'll get knocked forward. Not good. So you always want to be running down.
Okay.
Or laterally. You could run to the left if you want. That's something we do on very hard because then Metal Gear also shoots at you, which is a ton of fun. But thankfully, Metal Gear does not shoot on you on easy or normal. I don't know about hard, maybe, but definitely not easy or normal. So it's a lot easier. And the machine gun is super annoying. It's super annoying. There you go. Dang, look at this natural here. He's making it look completely simple. Just do it again and again. See you do it a few times. You went downright interesting. Start. You can see why C4 is so much easier, because like you can just detonate it when you need it, you know?
Yeah. Oh. Damn it, I missed that one.
Yeah, it's because you were running at the bottom. So if you're running on the bottom, you should know how to do that, by the way. Like, also, if you're on the left, like, you see it's one leg after another. So the right leg is not going to cross over to the left side. That makes no sense, right?
Right.
Left leg, boom. Right leg, boom. And he just marches down the road, so to speak. I guess it's a road. Eventually the leg comes down, like he'll be like, I can't stomp on him, whatever. I'm just gonna have to bring this down. Oh well. There you go. All right, you're doing pretty good with that. You ready to move on to the body?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it one more time.
You want to run to the right at the start. Like you're getting, you know, I mean, it was still working out, but you are losing a bit of time because the whole thing is that the reason why we run to the right is the shadow is right there, so you convince the general to immediately try to stomp on you, and it just, you know, starts the cycle much earlier. So, I mean, you're doing fine. I'm just like giving you a little, like, you could save a couple seconds, but hey, as long as you're not crazy messing up, that's the important part. All right, so make sure to pause coming up. I'll do it one more time. So you see I run straight to the right. You see the shadow comes, boom, quick. Ah. Best to wait a moment. Salute chat. Well, I can't salute with my camera, but I can salute with the emote. I salute you, chat. Thank you for watching. Okay, so that's just the legs. We have to now take out the body. So we'll go through this one by one. What you're typically going to be hitting at this stage is these machine gun turrets. So you're going to be throwing grenades at these. When they shoot, once they start shooting, you're not going to notice this, but I'm just trying to explain how this fight works. The machine guns shoot, and then if you damage the machine guns, these turrets open up. We want to destroy these turrets. When you destroy these turrets, you get a bonus. So they take 4 hits each. When you destroy them, Metal Gear loses a bunch of HP. These machine guns, like, it's like chip damage. You do like 1 hit point every time you hit the machine guns, but every time you hit those upper cannons, you get 3 points, and then the final hit gives you 8 points. Metal Gear's body has 96 HP, by the way. So, like I said, that's just chip damage. And then sometimes you'll hit this missile battery. The missile battery is bad. Like, we don't want to ever have to deal with this missile battery because it loses time. But you can shoot a Nikita into the missile battery and deal 6 points of damage. You can't actually destroy the missile battery, but it takes a lot of hits, and we really never want to see that because getting missiles is slow. It's bad luck. Just straight up, it's just not good because we can't hit the upper cannons when the missile battery's happening, and then we have to worry about dodging missiles and stuff. So there's 2 phases to this fight. Once you get Metal Gear to 31 HP, it starts using a flamethrower attack, and then you have to throw 8 grenades into the flamethrower, but we'll get there. So, first thing you're going to do, you're going to menu. I mean, you could theoretically menu at the end of a menu now, and you're going to pull out your grenades. Ideally, you'll be at around 40 grenades. Like 38 is fine, but the closer to 40, the better. All right. You don't necessarily need 40, but I'm just saying, like, you want to have as much grenades as possible because we're going to need at least 8 grenades to finish off Metal Gear. Keep that number in mind, 8. Okay, 8 grenades. You need 8 grenades to finish off Metal Gear. I would say save 10. But 8's enough. So you're like, all right, I have 28 grenades to work with, unless I want to pick up grenades randomly in the fight. The problem is, and this is why you mute the game because it's super loud. The problem with like using all of your resources is that you will have to figure out where the respawns are. And they're not guaranteed. Sometimes they'll spawn on the left side, sometimes they'll spawn on the right side, and then you're like running around looking like a headless chicken. Again, this is why you want to have as many resources as possible for this fight going into it. Okay, so you come over here, see this crate? Run along this crate and hit this top edge. Snake will stop running, like you can't move any further. This is a really good position. You're in a very good position to I guess it doesn't really matter because there's no UAVs, but basically this is a good position because like the arc of the grenade will work out perfectly to hit the machine gun turret. Once you hit the machine gun turret and the upper cannon opens, then you're going to switch to the Nikita and fire like that. You can hit the upper cannon with the grenades. At one point I thought you couldn't. That was false. There's just a weird angle to it, but you shouldn't need to worry about that. Just switch to your Nikita when you see the upper cannon open, okay? And you're just going to fire straight left. I'm doing a lot of talking, but it'll make sense once I actually do the fight. So just spam grenades, okay? You see this upper cannon open, fire to left, switch back to grenades, spam. Just spam your grenades. You see it open, switch, And switch back. Keep on doing this. Since there's no... sometimes on the higher difficulties, UAVs spawn and they shoot bullets, and that prevents these upper cannons from like opening up. It's really annoying, but that doesn't happen on easy, so the luck is actually better on this category. So that's pretty cool. You know, be happy about that. When you get to the higher difficulties, you get to deal with UAVs. Oops, that's fine. I have plenty of Nikita. So the next one will blow this up. And you get a nice chunk of change on the HP pool. At that point, you're going to cross over. And then start hitting this side. Alright, so this... you have no control of when this happens, by the way. This could just happen whenever. Usually it'll happen once. If you are very lucky, you'll never get this attack. But that is uncommon. Like, it's pretty uncommon. I'd say it's like 10% or something. I don't know. It's really unlikely for this never to happen, but it happened. And we have to wait because this is a cutscene. You see the radar? You can use that to help yourself out. You can pause to like move accordingly. So like, the problem is like you can't, because of that freaking cutscene, you can't hit the missile battery. It's super annoying. Like, even though I'd want to hit the missile battery, this cutscene prevents me from doing it. It's super annoying. So instead, what you can do, since you have rations, just spam grenades. Just do chip damage. But if the missile battery happens again, like the missile barrage, then you want to get into position. Either on the right side or the left side, there's like this corridor where you can shoot the Nikita. So I'll show you how that looks. Well, it's happening anyways, so go figure. Fire like this. Be careful, like, don't rush this. You don't have to rush this. You have rations, like, don't worry. You want to make sure you hit this dead on, because this already wastes time, so you really want to hit this on, like that. I'll show you what it looks on the other side. So that looks like something you can shoot through, but you can't. So you have to curve it like that around that rubble, and then you shoot directly left. Hopefully you never get missiles on the right side, because it's super annoying. But that's how you angle that, okay?
Okay.
So hopefully you don't get this more than once. If you're really fast, you can actually hit it twice. You see that? I have to be on point though, and hopefully not get hurt. But it can be done. It can be done. It's just really tight. And this is just awful luck. Like, I want to go hit these upper cannons, but go figure, like, Metal Gear is trolling me. It's like, I'm just hoping. Like, boom, okay. So I got some hits, and I did enough damage to cause Metal Gear to get into the second phase. Like I said, the missile barrage is really annoying, because, like, you know, you have to be ready for it, and then you have to... this is where, like, your Nikita skills are actually going to come into play, because as you can see, I can hit Metal Gear multiple times if I'm fast. But it's tough. You know, try to get at least one in if you can. Otherwise, you're just doing chip damage to the machine gun, and that's bad. Now I'm going to show this. Okay, so you don't want to spam. The way this works, it's really annoying on easy. It's a little bit slower because on the higher difficulties, Metal Gear will, like, shoot the fire more often, and when it opens its area for that, we'll call it the area for that, then it's vulnerable, so you have to, like, time the grenades to that. But since on easy, the flamethrower happens slowly, like, you have to throw less frequently, basically. You cannot use Nikita. I mean, I'll show you. It doesn't work. Imagine if I'm wrong. Oopsie. Yeah. I don't think this can curve. Yeah, see? Nothing. It's so dumb. You have to use grenades. So just wait. You have to just wait for it to open. Like that. On the higher difficulties, the fire comes out more quickly, so it's kind of the trade-off with easy. All right, I'm going to show you the whole fight one more time, and if you have questions, you can shoot them to me. I know, like, body is kind of complicated, and there's a lot of different possibilities that can happen, so you may get lucky, you might get not lucky. So that was not great positioning. That was good positioning. All right, so that's legs. So we pull out our grenades. And we go to town. This is pretty simple. I mean, you just basically hope you get good luck.
Yeah.
But the more you have, the better. Naturally. So at this point, we're gonna go over to the other side. You see where I'm positioning myself to just fire straight right. I mean, you don't have to be in this position, but it's just easier because I just fire straight ahead. Boom. And as you can see, the bullets don't hit me from this position. So we're safe. So we got unlucky. If you're absolutely nuts, you could try and do this, but like it's probably not gonna work. Like we're just not in a good position to capitalize on this, so I'm just gonna spam a little bit. I'm done spamming. I only have 9 grenades left, so now we're just using Nikita for the rest. So that was good. Being a mad lad and just firing right in my face.
I was gonna say, he's a tank.
So just be patient. Just tank the fire. Like, you should be fine. Snake is an absolute unit on easy. This move would be pretty dangerous on higher difficulties, but like, you can just be fine. And then after this, you should probably menu for your R5. It's not super important, but you might as well since there's nothing here to do. And the fight's over. Run into the junk. 666. You know. All right, so that's Gander. I'll let you do body. Make us I mean, honestly, I would probably just do everything in sequence, so I don't know if you really need to make a save state for the body. Probably
Okay.
better to do it all
Yeah.
together, but
Oh.
thank you, Conkers. I'm hoping Tony has some good luck, but it's not all about luck, it's about applying all the things he's learned. The luck comes later, of course. So yeah, that is a situation where you're moving too early and then the shadow's like, and then the
Yeah.
C4 is so far away, like it's over. I'm gonna make an executive decision and say you're only gonna do the body once, and then we'll move on to stage 13 and do that for a few minutes. I don't really think this is. You should be fine with
Yeah.
this. This is not really the. It's just you have to understand what's going on. It's just a lot of explaining.
Oh, that time I missed.
Yeah, the grenade can interrupt your Nikita, so it's okay to wait a moment and then shoot if your grenade's like in midair. Yeah, like as you can see, like if the machine gun's shooting, once it's interrupted, the upper cannon opens up. So you can throw the grenades a little bit faster than that. So yeah, at this point, just keep on throwing grenades at the
Oh,
machine gun. Don't move. You don't really. I showed you how to move because that's like my higher difficulty instincts, but like you have plenty going on here. Oh, sorry, folks, I forgot to change the audio over. Nice. Once you see the flashing, that means the flamethrower is going on, so you'll get a sense. I know I said like, oh, 31 HP. I was just going off of the actual value, but obviously it's a little weird to say 31, like you have really no context for that, but it's basically like about a third of his health left. It's health left. So yeah, that's
okay.
Metal Gear. It's pretty simple, really. Gets more complicated on the higher difficulties. All right, let's go over stage 13. This should only take us like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Normally, I would say we would do Metal Gear again, but like, hey, it's going to make it more interesting. Just go through this dialogue. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
There's a fair bit of it. All right, so this is about where I'm going to make my save state. Okay, so Blackheart's Viper 2, BAV2, stage 13. This is the last stage. This fight is annoying. It's just annoying. It's random. It's very random. Unlike like the first time we fought Viper, which can be like completely controlled, basically, it's very hard to control this fight. So Viper can spawn in multiple positions. What he does is he flashes you with his thing. The thing he chimed you with before, his toy. He flashes you and then he shows up in some random spot in this area. I'll show you where he can spawn. Up here, down here, over here, over here. That's his shockwave attack. He's probably not gonna do that to you unless you like run it up at his grill. He's just trying to run out the clock, so he doesn't really want to fight you. And then he can spawn up here. Mostly what he does is run away from you. Like you have to get up in his grill to be like, all right, I'm gonna shockwave you. And it's not really that damaging of an attack. So what I do is I just run to the left here. You might get lucky, and he'll be on that side. Basically, what I do is I go back and forth, because if you are on one side of the screen and, like, you can see the positions he can spawn in, he can't spawn there. Like, you can deny him from spawning in certain positions, but you can't deny him from spawning in every position. So, that's what's annoying about this fight. It's super random because of that. You can kinda control it, but not really. So I shoot him down. I'm gonna run to the right. Boom. Run to the left. And right here, if I shoot him on this side, I tend to run up here, and the reason is that if I run up here, he could spawn below me, and maybe I'll get lucky and I'll get a quick shot off on him. Which I was not lucky. Again, you have you have no control over this. So that's a good spawn. See if I
So you
was a
bas
little bit higher.
I was
You
gonna
go
say, so
ahead.
you just basically follow him, like,
Yep.
where he goes. Okay.
Come on. Want to show what I mean. But he's being mean and not spawning where I want him to. I hate when he goes up there. Like, it's really easy to miss him. Oh, leading shots are very useful here. And feel free to spam. Like, this is the last fight. Like, just spam your Galil. Like, I have 60 bullets. I have plenty of ammo. It's because I showed you a bunch of ammo spots to pick up. So I told you to pick up more than you needed. But this is just so you have a baseline, like, okay, how many do I really need? Do I really need all this ammo? Probably not. But hey, I'm prepared. So you can kind of see where he is if you're just paying attention really closely. Sadly, the radar's not here. That's by design. Corner shots as well as you can. They can be a little bit tricky. Basically, the lane I stick in is here to here, like that. Want to stay in the middle. Like, don't go far south, don't go far north. Like, just stay in the middle. Right? This rock is a good visual cue of where you want to stand on this side before you move over to the left side. See if I get lucky. I didn't. Hooray for bad luck. Come on. Come on, spawn below me. My word. Whatever. It's an easy fight. Like, this is basically your victory lap. I mean, you can lose time here, and it's mostly out of your control. I mean, there is some execution to be had, but this is just, coin flips on coin flips. All right, I'll let you do it a couple of times, and then we're gonna do the whole thing.
Okay. Let me. I still have to skip all this.
Yeah.
Plot twist.
Yep, of course. You can hurt him. You can't. No, you can't do that. I wish you could hit him right at the
Yeah,
start.
that'd be really helpful.
But you can't. This is a very good idea. It also might be helpful just to see, like, his route. Like, you could just kinda watch how he moves. Like, here, he'll just make circles. If you get close to him, he'll start running away.
Does he always have to text?
Yes. He will always he starts, he'll start, um every time you shoot him, he taunts you, and he's like, "There's 54 seconds until, the world blows up. I will fight for my fallen comrades." It's always one text box, so
Okay.
but then you permanently shut him up. So,
Okay.
that's stage 13. It's easy. Hey, you learned Ghost Babel.
Yay.
Not
Excited.
that not that there's much to learn at 13. I mean, 59 is not a good time, but, like, you know, you're pretty much ready to do the whole thing.
Sweet.
At least I think so. Are you ready? Do you wanna take a quick, bathroom break before we do a full run?
I would like that very much.
Okay, fantastic. So, folks, we are gonna change it on over to intermission. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna do the full run with SolidTony's first Metal Gear Ghost Battle run. Stay tuned.
I'm gonna try my best.
Oh, you're gonna do great. Welcome back, everybody. We are gonna do a full Ghost Babel easy run. Stages 1 through 13. That's the full thing. So I hope you all are as excited as I am. SolidTony, just give me your countdown when you're ready.
Yes, give me 1 second. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, start.
Good luck. But luck is not important here.
What's up?
Luck is not important here. Don't worry about luck. That's just a tick, me saying good luck. You will want good luck once you get used to this game, but, you know, that comes with time. I'm smiling right now. You can't hear it, but I am smiling.
I could tell. Oh, whoops.
All right, I'm no longer smiling. I'm kidding.
Reset.
It's over. Scowling. Gonna scowl throughout this whole run now.
There you go.
I'm just kidding. Good threading of the needle, though. But that is not a 35. I don't think so.
Nah, just by 1 second.
It's a 30. The sad 36. It's okay. Sure, those stage 1 world record holders may got you down by a second, but you actually know the whole game, so there's some perks.
As long as you're smiling, at least. A little smirk is all I
It's a little smug smirk. So, funny thing, folks, Tony was DMing me earlier about this stage, and he figured out something that is actually faster for stage 2, which is a improved line after you pick up the card.
I was actually pretty proud of myself too when I found
Yeah,
that.
you've made 2 improvements to stage 2. So that's pretty cool. And then me teaching you led me to be like, there's gotta be a better way with the thermo skip, so. Remember to have all your necessary notes out.
Messed it up.
That's okay. That move is tricky. It's a tricky move.
Yeah. Happens. There's
Sure
always
does.
other runs.
Yeah, you know. This is the first one. You're allowed as many mistakes as you want, except for the ones that would end the run. Those ones are not so allowed, like talking to Jimmy during stage 5 before the end of stage 5. That one will ruin your run, but all the other mistakes are fine. That is like pretty much the only like game ending mistake you could make. Or if you died while you were exiting stage 9. But that's not going to happen. Yeah, so this line Tony's doing is actually like That was like 8 frames-ish faster than going below. Good use of making the guard notice you. I would be careful about going down like that because you could get hit by that guard. What you would want to do is hug the left side, like by the left pillars, and then go diagonal when you need to. Because you don't want to go diagonal early and then interact with that guard. He could hit you.
Yeah.
So that's just a little thing, but again, good find. Great. That's from the alerts. Is like the one stage where alerts matter for excellent. For whatever reason. They're just weighed more heavily in stage 2.
Now the question is, can we get water skip?
My question is, do you know the backup if you fail the first wave?
We just go through the ladders?
Well, yeah, you go on the ladder rather than try to do it again. You have to reset the wave counter to... If you get hit by the wave that you're supposed to cross the screen with, you have to go back onto the ladder. Don't try to... You can't, like, make it work after getting rolled back. Time for excitement. This is when the run really starts, if you ask me. Nicely done.
It is.
Ooh, look at that. He did the full thing. Beautiful.
I'm actually gonna change to the key card before I forget.
Good call.
Yeah, that's another thing that I thought about. Like, when would it be a good time to switch to the key card? Because that's the only thing that I thought about when I found that strat. Oh,
I just do it when I enter the tower on normal, because it's just like, okay, I'm now entering the tower, now I need my door keys, but it doesn't really matter, just equip it when you need it. Equip it when you think about it.
yeah.
You got really lucky. You never had any guards like hit you. That's good stuff. But can you move through this box twisty turny stuff?
It did.
I think this is like one of the hardest rooms movement wise, just like in terms of just constant turning.
Always get hit by it, that guy.
Yeah, if you're moving poorly, you'll get hit by him. Nice. And you know, if you mess up, then you want to knock that guard out.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Gotta know your backups in this game. Even on easy. You get into normal. Yeah, there's a fair bit more you need to be concerned about with guard patterns and stuff and your HP. It's I would say it's pretty significantly different. Not like, it's not like you're bumping up to very hard or anything, but if you ever run normal, you'll see like, oh, well, this screen has another guard. Oh, here's a camera. Also, I die way more easily. It's like dying on a boss fight is more realistic on normal, or running out of rations or something like that.
Oh, got stuck there.
Not too bad. I mean, your movement is not like I've been running the game for a year crisp, but like that was a really good stage 3 overall. Like you nailed water skip. You didn't get like too off track. 329. It's solid. That was actually faster than my run. I clearly had a bad stage 3.
Oh, for your,
I had a 340.
oh,
So good job.
sweet. It's definitely a fun run after like putting all the pieces together.
Yeah, it's just it's a bit of a trek, like getting all the pieces together. That's the
Yeah.
like is not you could learn like MGS1 PC any percent fairly quickly compared to this. I mean, you're not going to be good at liquid probably, but like you could get through the game fairly well. You might crash a couple of times, but this game, it's a bit of a slow climb. But once you climb that mountain, it's like, okay, well, I just have to get more familiarized with the game, and then it's like feels very smooth. So we go down right here, not right. It's a little bit faster. It might be a way to adjust the line so that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I always get hit by him. Like
I don't remember when I was testing that out getting hit by him, but it might be just like a slight adjustment in the line that you're not doing. Because that shouldn't have to happen. It wasn't happening to me. So it could be a matter of when you cross the laser as well. That's a pretty new strat, so I would say that's one of those things that we have to look into to be like, is there a way we can make this better? Or is there some inconsistency due to like the laser? That's probably my guess. And probably when I was like messing around with it, I got the same laser setup because I just like made a save state, But if you're always getting hit by that guy, that makes me think a little bit like maybe it's just your line. So
maybe, I don't know.
Something to look into though. Again, easy. Well, that line is also applicable to anything that's not rank 1, but or not a category where you want chaff, which is most of them. You still want the chaff on very hard because you get like nothing in general. And the chaff is useful on very hard for very hard reasons, but it's not super necessary now with cam shot. Cam shot made this run a lot easier on the resources.
Yeah.
Thanks for agreeing with me, even though
Even though I haven't ran it.
No
No, I like,
no context.
well,
But
you know what's funny? I could just only imagine how hard it must have been.
yeah, because we had to there was a whole set of math problems about which which cameras we should throw chaff for and which we should do like different lines and stuff. It was very annoying. Well, if you're
Solution.
gonna get hit, that's a good place to get hit.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Position 4. Oh man, that's funny. Of course, you really don't want to get hit on this stage because the less HP you've lost, the better.
Yeah.
Stage 4 is just really tight on health. All right, just remember that if you get 3 or 4, you want to go down, not up.
Oh, okay.
So you crossed from the top, but I mean, whatever. It's like you lost a second or something. Who cares? Nice job on the casino line. Good job threading the needle. That's a that's like a taste of very hard, by the way. Which is so funny. It's like a little morsel of very hard in this easy run for some ungodly reason. Okay, one little thing there, like, you decided to, like, go up left when the dog was chasing you. You should just turn left and run straight to the left, IMO. Though I don't know, maybe it doesn't really matter. Depends on the position of the dog, I suppose. You went, like, really wide there. You kind of took the long way around, but it's okay. In the shrubs. But I mean, generally speaking, you've got it down. Just like slight adjustments in lines and such. Oh, look at this BA. He's not picking up the ration. Okay. Okay. It's a bold move, Cotton. I mean, to be fair, you've practiced 1 through 10, so you know what you're getting yourself into, so.
Cool. Oh.
That grenade is still in the air. The game doesn't eat your grenade.
I keep messing up on my diagonals. That's bad.
Yeah, not exactly ideal, but it's okay. 352. That is 12 seconds slower than, or excuse me, 352. Pardon me, I looked at the wrong one. That's 5 seconds slower than my run. Do you mind if I do that? I'm just like giving you an idea of like
No, that's
the
fine.
mark. Okay. I didn't want to be like, hey, I'm faster than you. It's more like here's just a general idea of how you're comparing to stage by stage.
I actually like that. gets me saying like, okay, got it. Maybe I should do better this way or whatever. Like, it's like a mental note for me.
Yeah, your outside lines could be a little bit better, and then your hawk was not great. But you do have a benefit over me is that you save several seconds at the start with that line going down instead of right through the lasers. But obviously, we have to figure out what's causing you to get hit. I'm not too sure. I can't really give you a tip on that.
Yeah, I don't know.
So that was ideal. Like, you picked up the grenades and the elevator door didn't open, so it's good.
I also don't know if this is faster than just running straight.
I would just run straight.
Yeah.
If you're really I am curious. I would probably just test it with the first sequence or this sequence or something, a really long stretch, and just see. But I would be surprised. But if it is, that'd be pretty funny. Then we're just gonna wiggle, wiggle the whole time. Okay, fair enough. I don't know if like there would have to be some weird acceleration thing going on, like every time you move forward, like it speeds Snake up rather than just holding the direction. So I don't know. I mean, it's creative, so good job. Did not want to talk while that line was going on since it's a little spooky. All right, which floor are we going to?
Number 2.
That's right. Remember when you started learning this stage, you're like, oh, where the heck am I?
Oh man.
This stage is awful for that. Like, but then once you know your way around, it's not so bad. It's just getting to that point that's the tricky part. So,
Yeah.
in this situation where you lost all your grenades in Hawk, I would not damage boost all the way. Like, I would probably save that last grenade. Because you lost all your grenades, which is not great, you know?
Okay.
So, again, just this is one of those mental notes. Now you're thinking about the game in the larger perspective. Don't forget to change. Okay. Now you're thinking about the game in the larger perspective of like every grenade counts. So in that situation, I would probably take the time loss of throwing 2 grenades during blackout. Maybe. It's really hard to say. It depends on how well you play the rest of the game. But like, let's say you did poorly on Hawk and you did poorly on Havoc, like you are gonna be down on grenades, right? That's a lot of grenades lost.
Yeah.
And at that point there's a good chance you're gonna have to go looking for grenades during Metal Gear. It's possible. So
Oh, whoops. I pulled out the smoker.
hey, hey, it's not a smoker, it's a fogger, all right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's a vape. It's a vape pen. Oh man. I was originally gonna plan on using the fogger to set ourselves up for thermo skip, but it was like, this is just also tricky. Red. Nice. Red, yellow, red. Get those stun grenades. I probably said this already, but it's worth repeating. Like, you don't lose speed being in the box. So, once you open that door, like, you could just equip the box before you pick up the stun grenades. All right, good positioning. You didn't get spotted. I know a lot of people despise this stage casually, but once you get used to it, speedrunning wise, it's actually pretty chill. And
Yeah, I
thermo
think once
skip
I
is pretty
started learning
cool.
the run, it's not so bad.
Yeah. Well, well, when you start learning this stage, it's still awful, but it's still an awful stage. But then, like, once you understand the layout and when to switch your boxes, like, you're living good. And, like, you don't even think about the colors anymore. You just know, okay, I'm on this trip. Blue, yellow, blue, yellow, blue, yellow, yada, yada. All right, here comes the exciting part, folks. Thermo skip. Tony's been practicing this fair bit.
Has given me a lot of trouble before.
It is not. It's not obvious because you're playing completely blind, basically. I mean, you do have the radar and Snake's position in the dark. That's it.
I have to go quiet here for a minute.
I will let you be quiet.
Okay.
Yeah, that was on point. Very good. Because I'm listening too to see or hear that audio cue. And you were on point. You could have left a little bit earlier, but who cares? It's just about getting through, not about doing it perfectly. So this is a really small thing, but this is something you can consider throughout your run, is like entering and exiting doors efficiently. Whew, that was close. You don't want to go into doors at a diagonal if they're like open doors. You want to just like run down rather than going down left.
Okay.
It's again a really small movement optimization, but it's another little thing to consider.
Okay. Yes.
Excellent. I mean, you nailed the really hard stuff so far, so that's wonderful. You nailed thermo skip. You nailed water skip. Very, very good stuff. Just goes to show you folks, practice is everything. And also that you kind of have you do have to take this game slowly.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you can try to learn this whole game in 2 days, but you're gonna lose the plot on some of it.
When you told me I was doing a full run, I was like, this part had me shook. Thermal skip was definitely the one I was most
it's a
shaky
touchy
on.
point in the run. I mean, I think most people who run this game, like, they get very quiet at that part. Alright, so I had a 720 in my run, so 13 seconds slower. Not bad, not too bad. Some of that could just be RNG from the elevators. Some of that might be just slightly less efficient. Um, Elevator pausing, like, that's really relevant in that stage. Overall, that was pretty good. I mean, you didn't fail thermo skip. That was really the most important thing. So, nicely done. Alright, so I would say you don't need the chaff. I mean, you never even use them anyways, so I wouldn't worry about it. Your menuing is much more confident as you're getting more used to, in general, like, okay, I have this thing I need to do coming up, that thing coming up. I mean, you can tell, like, there really is a lot of menuing in this game.
Yeah, I went the wrong way there.
And you caught yourself, so there's no guard here to worry about on this difficulty. There is a guard on the higher difficulties. Good crawling. Diagonal crawl, beautiful. Skipping on the ammo, that's totally fair. I mean, you saw how much ammo you had by the end of the game.
Yeah.
Naturally, I just want to be like, hey, here's all this ammo. And then you can slowly but surely, cut the excess. But I always want to, with this game, tell people to pick up more rather than less. Especially on the higher difficulties, like, on normal, it's better just to keep as much as you need, or you feel you need. The time loss that you primarily are going to have starting out is user error, not, oh, if I just cut out this ammo pack, I would save a few seconds. Like, who cares? Okay, Marionette Owl. Maul. We fought Shauk earlier, and now we're fighting Maul.
No.
Good job bringing your R5 into the fight. Ooh, look at this fancy boy doing the upshot.
Oh no, I'm missing. There you go.
Man, you were so fancy at the start. You only lost a couple seconds there. It's not so bad. 214, so that is 5 seconds slower than me.
Okay.
I'd say half of that was Owl. And then another chunk of that was going the wrong way. Actually, I think if you did not go the wrong way, I think you would have been faster than me. All right, so we're at the halfway point. It's been it's about to be 35 minutes. How you feeling so far?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I would feel pretty good about so far. Like, I haven't had really any major hiccups. I'd say the only like below average thing was Slasher Hawk. That wasn't so good losing those grenades, but
I hate those mines. I always hesitate.
yeah, I would say just do stage 7 aisles a little bit and you'll get a sense of where the mines are. Because you are crawling like your problem before was that you were like crawling early and then like you would stand up just before the mine. So now what you're doing is you're crawling at a pretty appropriate time and then you're crawling way too much. Like you've already picked it up. So you just have to be very familiar about where those mines are. And then you'll save a few seconds on this stage. .42 is task time or aisle world record time. 43 is ideal, and then 44 is if you're playing it a little bit safe or you got blown up or something. Actually, you probably get a 45 if you get blown up, but you have no control over that. It just happens.
Oh.
Bad luck, Chuck, there.
$46.
6. Now we get stage hate.
Oh yeah.
And stage no!
I've been like actually speaking out loud to the pillar places. I'm just like, okay.
I mean, that's really
Yeah.
good. Like, say it out loud. Give yourself a narrative. Make note for yourself. Because it's really easy to just kind of get... I've done this before, like, running this game. I'll just sort of just babble on while I'm doing this stage. And then I'll be like, "Hey, where are those pillars again?" Like, keep note for yourself. Stay focused. I'd say this game is pretty demanding in general of your focus. Except when, like if you're in between stages, sure, you can lose a little bit of focus, but so you get breaks, which is nice.
Okay, nothing there. Nothing at the beginning, which is fine.
Next thing you're gonna need is grenades.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I keep forgetting.
It's okay. I'm trying not to intervene. Try not to hold your hand too much. If I see you make a menuing mistake, then I'll be like, nah, and do it this way. Try to have you rely on your own memory a little bit.
Yeah.
Which you've been doing pretty good job with that. need to, like, poke you too much. Welcome to our first and hopefully only crawling sequence. Yay, he's not getting lost.
Okay, pillar. It's at the basement.
So that common basement spot.
And then that, see over here.
That is not a spot.
Nope.
So neither side of that pillar is a spot. I don't know if you saw the other side, but that wasn't a spot either. So we have one so far.
Okay. Oh. Actually.
It's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say
You're
don't
fine.
need rations, yeah.
I mean, I would equip the ration after you do the
This
first
one.
part. Yeah. You know. I would always equip a ration during this part because you might get wrecked by bison. Bison.
The bison.
Good job. I mean, it's not the fastest first Nikita skip, but it's totally acceptable. You get more comfortable with it, you'll be super fluid with it, but that ain't important right now.
Oh no.
Nah, yeah, not enough. Or too much, excuse me.
Oh, dang it.
Too little. Gotta split the shadow.
There you go.
Yeah, that'll do it. Oh, that'll do it too. I thought you might have moved a little bit too far forward.
There wasn't a spot there. Oh no, I forgot to change.
Good view. So that wasn't great, but, you know. That's okay. You still got through. As long as you're not, like, awful at legs, like, shouldn't matter.
Oh no, I missed.
You were already in a good position there. Like, you don't want to go below him ever. That's a bad place to be.
Okay, there's a spot. Perfect.
So we've seen how many so far?
I think it was 2.
Yeah, 2. I don't think we saw one at the second Nikita skip. Unless I was blind. It's possible. I just missed it, but you'll see it on the way back anyways. That one's not super important to, like, notice.
Yeah, it was one in the basement.
And then one in Bison's room.
Bison. Yep. So we'll probably see the other 2 on this side. Or
Hopefully.
yeah.
You want to see most of your spots in stage 9, not stage 8. I mean, there are good spots to see in stage 8, but most of them are kind of bad or, like, okay.
That's C4 up there? I forget. I think it is.
Yes. That is C4. Pretty sure.
Now I forget. Should I get it if I ran out? Because I don't think I have any more.
You will get some in the basement.
Oh, that's right.
You can pick it up if you want. I mean, you did waste a few. If you want to, like, that's totally fine. It's your first run, like, you're allowed to pick up extra stuff.
Okay, not a spot.
You should go pick up that ration.
Oh, wait.
I mean, it's when you're waiting after that elevator press, you should go pick up the ration. It's completely free. But
Okay.
they'll just pick it up on the way back. Gives you a little bit of time, but it's not a big deal. It's small, not anything horrible. It's not like you're at a point of no return. Or a poner.
Okay.
All right, now we head up north.
Oh, and a spot.
Nice. That's a good spot.
All right, so that was 3.
3. Yep. Third.
None.
That's good. We might have pretty decent luck. Hopefully what we're going to see is that the 4th spot is
Oh, wait, that's not here.
hopefully the 4th spot is the left side of Pyro Bison's room. That would be ideal. Otherwise, it might be on the other side of Deep Basement or Vent Pillar, or the opposite side of the Vent Pillar in that west room.
Okay, yeah, it's on this side. It's 2.
Good job not forgetting the grenades.
Oh, yeah, it is through the...
Ah, that sucks. Well, welcome to Vent Pillardom. You don't need to do that, by the way.
Oh, the cam shot?
Yeah, I mean, okay, so it's something I didn't really explain to you, but if you delay long enough there, when the camera gets in the corner, it's actually blind.
Okay.
There's like a certain position to it, and even if you get spotted there, like, you shouldn't get hit. Like, just go straight to the vents. You should be fine. Like, I don't think you really need to cam shot that one, period. I don't think so, at least. Just don't loiter. So this is gonna hurt you a little bit, but not much you can do about that, and if there's a time to have bad luck, it's on your first run, so.
Oh, it was up right.
Mm-hmm. So we've seen all the spots. Now we just have to...
Go back to the basement.
Yep, that's right. Want to remind everyone who's watching, you are watching Metal Gear Speedrunners, the premier place on the internet to watch Metal Gear speedrunning content. If you are not already following the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Metal Gear Speedrunners, or our YouTube channel or Twitter at MGS Runners, or youtube.com/Metal Gear, or also MGS Runners, excuse me. Please do. We upload regular content, and we have regular content on this Twitch channel as well. And if you want to support the community and our mission to help people get to marathons and also help fund our live event that will be happening next year. Feel free to subscribe to the Twitch channel or use the PayPal panel down below. You don't want to forget, yeah, you want to do that damage boost on the right side. So, not the greatest stage 9, but some of that was completely out of your hands. It's probably going to be around 4 minutes. That's my guess. 4.5. Say an average stage 9 is probably, it's like a 3:30-ish. Ideally, you get like a 2-minute run, or 2 and some change, but that's really rare without an RNG minute. So.
Oh no.
Too early on that turn. You get punished real hard for turning early on the fire. And then the rock hits you. Gosh. Unfortunate. But that is, why stage 9 sucks. Yeah, 454. Yeah, rock falling, the rubble is complete luck where that lands. The fire is static, but the rubble is random. It's worth saying that there is a theoretical way to relate the pillar luck. Just needs to be made into a consistent enough method for humans to at least try to achieve. It'll still be very hard, but the goal with any luck manipulation for RTA for humans is to find a range where like you wait long enough on one screen and then you wait long enough on the other screen and there's like a certain range of frames where you'll get good chances rather than like you have to hit this exact frame and this is the only one that will give you good luck. But, it's all theoretical. This might be the Metal Gear game with the most RNG involved. I don't think so, no. I think the acid would take the cake on that one. Acid 1 specifically, because Acid 2 has some RNG manipulation you can do for a portion of it. But both are still, like, luck-filled. All the 2D Metal Gear games have a fair deal of luck in them. I'd say probably Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake has the least on any percent. I mean, it still has some horrible luck elements like the bird. Like the bird's like the worst part on Big Boss, then you have to deal with Jungle Evil being mean. It's mostly the bird. Oh no. That's not good, but we'll roll with it.
Oh my god, I did it again.
Yep, it's at the corner of that rock. It's so funny. I was talking about that earlier and you're doing it.
I know. That stage really, that part really messes me up.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to do some 7ILs.
Yeah.
Get used to it. And then you'll know exactly where they are. I would suggest picking up the ration at the top, since you're a little bit low. So 27, that's fine. If you didn't waste all those grenades at Hawk, you'd be at like 31.
Oh no.
Oh no. Yeah, gotta throw those diagonals. You gotta get used to that. It'll help you with both Hawk and Havoc. Good dodging. A nice last grenade throw. I mean, you could be throwing your grenades a little bit faster. Nice. All right, good job. You didn't get bombarded.
All right, now let's see if memory serves me well.
Yep, this is the new stuff.
Yeah.
So 129, I have a 109. So that's a pretty chunky gap. Part of that was the mine and picking up that ration, but the other part was just not so clean execution on the fight. All right, here's your quiz. What's the next weapon you need to use?
It's not Nikita, is it?
It is not Nikita, you're correct. In that sense.
Oh, the R5, no?
That's right, that's right. Okay. R5 is next. But yeah, even if you removed pillar luck from this game would still have a fair amount of luck. I mean, I'm not saying execution doesn't matter. I mean, that was what I was saying at the start of this run. Like, luck shouldn't be the thing to consider here. It's about remembering where to go, what to do. There's a lot of things you can do in this game to improve your lines, improve your movement, improve your times that don't have anything to do with luck. Like in most games. But I mean, if you get ramrodded by bad luck in stage 9, there's not much you can do about that. You'll lose a couple minutes. Which is a lot of time in terms of IGT. I would, you can hold down B. You don't have to pew pew. Just like see 2 bullets fly and you're good. Good adjustment.
Oh.
Actually, pretty smart. Oh man, you do not have enough C4. I
think
yes. So yeah, now what you're gonna have to do, because yeah, you probably should have picked up that C4 in stage 9. What you're now gonna have to do is you're gonna have to go around, because you can't blow up the wall. So you're gonna have to go back. Okay, pull out your Nikita. Oh, actually, that's fine. Oh no, it's not. Okay, pull out your Nikita. You're gonna blow up the panel in this floor. So in that room where you just came from, you were like trying to go to. No, not that way. That's where you're eventually going to be going. you might as well blow up this panel to your south now.
Oh, whoops.
All right. Okay, so open the door. You're going to open the door, and then you're going to blow up the panel. You see the line? Like, there's like that 7, or it's like a Z. Like, you're going to go up that Z and blow up that panel. You're going to have to go around like a casual, but that's why I didn't really know how the C4 was going to work out, but clearly you wasted too much. You go back, you're going backwards. Like, you're going to retrace your steps, and you're going to go to the left side of the room.
Okay.
It's a huge detour, but you have no other choice. So go to the left. And you're going to go pick up that C4. No punchy.
Okay, yeah.
And now you're going to pick that up, go down. Nope, don't go around. I don't think you need to go back around.
Oh,
You don't need to go back around. Go back to the left. Ignore the guard. Okay. So go down.
Oh, like...
Oh, wait, is this... Oh, wait, this is electrified. Right, because that's the panel. I'm still not used to this, so I'm sorry. All right, you are going to have to rotate back around. I mean, this is just so weird to me. So
Yeah.
So now you're going to go back to where we originally went to. Sorry about that.
No, that's all right.
I'm not used to this. That is the risk, though, of north.
Yeah.
That is the risk, though, of doing that C4 second Nikita setup. If you're screwing that up, you really can't forget to pick up those extra C4 in Bison's room, because otherwise you're gonna run short. So you have to be diligent about that. So that is one of the perks of doing the guard setup instead.
Oh.
But, that's, a good lesson in how just because you did something in a vacuum doesn't mean you're going to be able to do in the full game.
My God, go to the... Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. You're a little bit flustered. That's fine. And this is your... we didn't, really hammer in the last 3 stages. But it's also just... That's partially due to time, and, we're getting to the point where it's like... I haven't taught you everything I know, but I've taught you everything you need to know to start.
Do we have any donations?
Let me check.
I had to.
No, we don't.
Damn.
That's okay, though. People have been very generous to this channel, and we really appreciate it. A portion of that is gonna be very useful for our equipment for the marathon next year, and then the rest of that, I mean, we're gonna be soon-ish gonna have live events again, so help people get places.
exciting.
It's exciting. Kind of worked out in a certain way with the pandemic because it just gives us a chance to save up some funds for people. I mean, I think what we've seen so far is Tony's got a good grasp of the early game. The first half was really good, and then second half was a little bit more sloppy, but like that's fine. It's to be expected. And unlike when the run ends at stage 10, it's like, well, all the resources don't matter. But now the resources actually matter. I mean, I've played that note so many times throughout our tutorial series about the resources, the ammo count, etc. Yeah, that can happen. It's super annoying. This is a good place to throw a stun. Like, you have extras. You have like 4 of them, so good job not blowing up Snake to death. Well done. I was a little bit worried that you were just gonna go. Sadly, you took a lot of damage from all the goofiness earlier.
Yeah.
Part of that was on me, but you were gutsy.
Come on.
Patience will serve you well in this room.
Well, literally, like every line.
Yeah, you got pretty bad luck there. It happens. So, as you can see, you didn't use any of the other stuns. Like, at that point, if you're not going to use any of the stuns for the guards in this stage, you might as well just skip out on the second pack.
Yeah.
So, either use them or lose them. That's just something to ponder. Something to put your noggin to. Like these elevators?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
It's a good time to, breathe.
Yeah, get your stretch a little bit. This episode released today, okay? It's not about the game. I mean, listen, if you're curious about the release date of this game, you can use your favorite search engine to figure that one out.
Thing, right? Kappa.
Yeah, bang. Sure. Chill. You could just run up that rail and press the button that way. You don't have to turn to the door.
Oh, okay.
Again, just really small nitpick.
Oh, whoops.
I'm smiling, folks, because I think we've nearly completed a full run of Ghost Babel.
You can hear it in his voice.
You could just like, oh, we're almost there.
The UFO has officially landed, folks.
the UFO has landed and the alien has come out. And it's SolidTony in a helmet.
If you don't know, go to my Twitter and look at the profile picture.
It's a meme I made because I have been burned so many times by people saying they're going to learn this game and they don't ever actually complete a run.
Okay. Black Arts Viper.
BAV himself, yep. So yeah, to recap, wait until you see which direction he's going. Shoot, then move. Don't move, shoot, move.
Yeah.
Nice shot. That was like a perfectly timed shot.
Oh, no, I messed it up. I'm good though.
Yeah, the path was good. Sometimes you get hashtag blessed by the path, like there's nothing in your way. All right, that worked. That was a good backup. Like you just kept him in the area. All right, 10:35. I have a 7:03. But to be fair, there was like minutes of like, what are we doing? So
the UFO took a detour.
the UFO definitely took a wrong turn. I thought it was like not landing. It was like in middle of landing, and then it just decided to put the
it hit an asteroid on the way.
Oh man. All right. So, which direction are you at the start of stage 12? Their pop quiz.
Is it to the down to grab all the
Yep.
equipment?
Yep, you go down and then you make like a clockwise motion around the edge. That's right. Yeah, don't worry about that health up. Like, IGT is not ticking, so you're just losing RTA time. That's fine. Who cares about RTA time? If our board was not IGT, then a lot of this weird stuff would then come into play, but it sounds awful, so let's not. Cross over, get your C4 out. Don't forget. Okay, good. If you want to be a real BA, then pull out your fogger. I do that on very hard.
Wait, what do you do?
I pull out the fogger because I can't even use a ration here on very hard. I've already used it. Chances are because of Nikita skip. But, you know, there is a way to avoid that, but it's really hard.
Whoops.
You need to be very careful. You have like no C4, so
Yeah, I know.
you're gonna have to finish with mines.
Yeah.
So just run to the bottom and just be patient. Like, all right, good job. Crisis averted.
UFO back on course.
I mean, you know, we could get into this horrible situation where you're just failing legs over and over again, so it's not unrealistic. All right, here we go. You're not high enough up. Like, you have to be, you stopped a little bit short.
Oh, okay.
You want to run into that, like, railgun thing. That little bit of distance makes all the difference. Nice, nice, nice.
Oh, damn. Oh, wait, whoops.
Don't predict that. Why are you predicting that? You should never go to the left unless you see that the missiles are coming. You should assume that it's going to be the upper turret. And then just spam at the, like, at this point you're just going to spam at the machine gun. Yeah, never anticipate missile barrage. All right, that's enough. So now you're going to get ready for flamethrower. That actually helped you because it's not going to take as many hits now since you did extra damage to the missile battery. So it's a nice little trick. Of course, I guess it had like 1 HP there.
Yeah.
Go figure. All right, 3 flat, not bad. Have a 229. And considering you've done that fight like twice, it's pretty good. All right, so time is when stage 13 complete appears on screen.
Okay.
Technically, IGT stops right when you hit Viper, but it's just the RTA we decided on like years ago. So it's like a few second difference. Who cares? RTA is not that important anyways. It is if you're doing a marathon, though. If you ever do this in a marathon, then you do need to care about RTA to a certain degree. Oh no, McBride.
Oh, we forgot his name.
You're just like, oh, it's this traitor guy.
Yeah.
He looks too serious. Actually, pretty much everyone in this game looks pretty dang serious.
Needs to take a chill pill.
You know, it's a pretty intense story, so everyone's on edge.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Gave you that juicy shockwave. It's okay, it does no damage on easy. On very hard, if you get hit by that thing, it does half your life.
Oh, up there.
On easy, it's like a fifth of your life. It's like nothing. I don't know how you even get hit by that like 5 times in 90 seconds. You have to be trying to die.
All right.
All right. Is that time? Is that how you say time? All right.
Yeah. Look,
All
listen, I
right.
gotta throw the mix up.
It's like,
You gotta get ready
okay.
for this.
Oh man.
Look,
Good,
listen, I'm new to this, okay?
good job. Good job, Tony. Oh man. That's so funny. But hey, good job. It took you 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 52 seconds. For raw comparison's sake, my world record is done in 7 minutes shorter. So considering four of those minutes were goofiness and bad luck,
And
like you did pretty well. Really.
yeah, thanks.
Absolutely. Think you're probably gonna hit around like mm, I'm gonna say maybe 42 minutes? It's just a rough guess. 43?
Well, I mean uh that C4, that's
That was a very key issue, but now you know, like, hey, pick up that C4 in the Bison room if I run low,
yeah.
and, there is also I mean, the problem is that it doesn't help you if you, because it's after the fact, but there is C4 you can pick up on floor 50, but you have to crawl. Also, there is the C4 that's in the west room in stage 9, but that you may not go pick that up. So, knowing where all this like backup ammo is very important. But I mean, the best thing to do is don't screw up Nikita's skip,
Yeah.
because like I think you screwed it up twice, and if you only screwed it up once, you would have been fine.
The first time I didn't, but it was the second time, like where I had to
What
just
right?
before Pyro
No,
Bison.
what I meant by that is like on your second floor, you did it twice. If you only
Oh,
messed it up
okay.
once, you would have been fine, but you messed it up twice, and then you ended up at 0 going into um oh yeah, because you need 2 C4 there. I think you might be able to get by using a mine at the I can't really recall how exactly you do that, but I think you could probably use a mine instead. I think, oh yeah, you could also use an Akita. Like, when you like damage boost to the bottom floor in stage 11, and then you like drop a C4 and run forward.
Mhm.
Like you could like blow like a Nikita up in your face and then like cross up as well. So you don't actually I don't think you don't really need to use a C4, I don't think. In fact, using the Nikita might be a little bit faster since you don't have to do that animation of planting the C4, It's something to mess around with. I think you could also use a mine, but mines are really weird because you have to like run into them. That might work as well. In fact, it's probably better to use a mine there if you could, since mines are the least valuable weapon in your inventory, as you can tell. Aside from chaff, but now you don't even pick those up, so. Anyways, always a lot to consider with this run, as you can tell. Like, it goes really deep. That's what makes it such a cool run. How are you feeling?
Really good. I'm glad I got it, out, because I was like really anticipating on doing the run, and now I finally did it.
You did it.
Now you're smiling. I could say, "Hey, I finally did it."
You did it. Even if you never ran again, I'm happy. I'm content. I don't imagine you're gonna stop here, but I commend you for getting this far, because it really is an accomplishment, and you are one of few who have really taken the plunge. And I'm already very appreciative of your contributions to the game, and I look forward to seeing what you may be able to find next. It's possible, right? Easy is not like the most explored category, so and you stick to it, you'll get sub 40, no question.
Yeah, I'm excited to push forward with it. Let's see. Yeah, 44-22.
44-22. For a first run, that is A-okay in my book. A-okay. If you didn't have that C4 snafu, probably would have been more like a 41-ish, 42-ish, probably more like a 42-ish, which is very good. Like that's a great time to start with. So well done. That concludes this series. We've done 5 episodes of Ghost Babel. We did 3 through 13. So that's pretty awesome. For anyone who is learning this game, this will be a fairly decent resource to start off with. Because I definitely don't want to do another 5 episodes going through this game again right now. We didn't go over 1 and 2, but those aren't so bad. So thank you for being the guinea pig in all this, and sticking to this game. It's very awesome. And thank you all for watching episode 27 of I'm No Rookie. As always, if you want to try this series out and try to learn a game, you can find a application for I'm No Rookie in our Discord, in the links and applications channel, which is at the top in the community tab. As always, my name is Plywood. I stream here every Monday night. So do check me out every Monday night on this channel. I will not be streaming here in 2 weeks, but next week I will be streaming here. So look forward to that. You can find me at twitch.tv/plywood_ or at Plywood Gaming on Twitter. And you can find SolidTony at twitch.tv/SolidTony. And then on Twitter, it's also SolidTony with an underscore. Underscore. We have like the reverse kind of situation going on between us. So yeah. Well done.
Thank you, sir.
Of course. That was exciting to see. You really the first half of your run was really good. Really, really good. Solid stuff.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Really looking forward to just keep going with it, see what I could do.
Yeah, I mean, if you stick to it, like you will get sub 40. Some of that might, you might have a run that may not be sub 40 just due to luck, but you have the general gist of the rundown. So it's just refining some of those edges. Work on your stage 7, like get familiar with those mine placements and you'll never forget them. Obviously work in your end game, those bosses, and just keep sharp on the skips. The skips are pretty important, and just keep on being creative and think about what could be done, because you have a much more open mind than I may have when it comes to the game, since you're fresh to it. All right, folks, that is going to conclude this episode of I'm No Rookie, episode 27.